Right, so today guys we're joined by James. Thank you very much for letting me take your beautiful Lotus Evora out for a little go down cheeky B road. That's what it's all about. This is a mad experience from the usual cars that I step into. So how long have you owned this beautiful car?
I have owned this car for a year to this very day.
Year to this very day, so you've had quite a nice year with it, I suppose.
Yeah, 14,404 miles.
14,000 miles. So you've had a good look. You've been having it large a lot, which is quite nice. So these are a 3.5 litre V6 with a cheeky supercharger on it.
Yep.
400 brake horsepower. There was a big revised thing with this one, I think, where a lot of stuff was changed for the better. This being the Toyota Camry engine that a lot of people from the US would know about, but stuck in a Lotus, you have a Toyota engine. Sort of the best thing, I think, about having this sort of car. You have the reliability of a Toyota engine, but the finesse of an English sports car.
400 horsepower is it's not pushing the engine for that very reason, because obviously if they had engines exploding left, right and centre, they would go out of business.
First thing I must admit about this Lotus is the fit and finish isn't like a Lotus. You say Lotus and you think, oh, stripped out track car. This is the other side of that, I think. You've got Alcantara around you, you've got leather on the dash, so it's a very nice place to be, really, isn't it?
It does have a race button if you want it.
It does have a race button. Does that change a lot with the car? Is there a massive difference?
So there's like 4 different modes. You've got Tour, which is the normal mode. Sport, which is what we're in now, gives you a higher RPM limit, so it's 7, not 6.6. Keeps the exhaust in loud mode all the time. Makes the throttle a little bit sharper. Apparently, it doesn't feel very different. Suspension and everything on this is passive, so there's no change in the suspension or steering or anything like that. It's just really traction control related. Race mode is a really clever mode they have, which is designed to get you around a track quickly, and it's like a learning traction control. So you go around a track, and say it's a day like today where it's not going to be brilliant grip levels. The first time you slide, it learns how much grip you had, so the next time you go to do that and you put your foot right down, it'll give you only just the right amount of power. So you won't just
you don't completely destroy your nice car, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
The tightness of the gearbox is lovely. The throw is so small, and when it goes in, it sort of clonks in, and that's like such a racy, nice feel. The steering as well is ridiculously direct. Like literally, you can tip in the smallest amount, and it just, you know, pivots and goes straight round the corner.
There's a lot of cars I get in where it takes you a while to get used to them. This one is like, it's like you've driven it for months already. You know what it's doing. It's, you know, you're on the same page as it. It's fine.
The seats aren't standard, are they?
No, these are Cobra Nagaro carbon fibre seats,
which I think is quite a nice thing to put in. Take the back seats out as well. Apparently these have back seats 2+2, but
they're actually, you know what, most of the guys I know that have them actually have child seats in the back.
Oh, really? That's quite a surprise, actually.
They're actually, like, everyone thinks it's like, you know, just a bit of a joke back seat, but in this,
they are actually usable in some circumstances.
In the 400, this car was allegedly 2/3 new. Compared to the, I mean, some of that is probably they just changed the part number and they were like, honestly,
it's completely different.
Definitely a new part. The exterior is quite different. The interior is totally different. In the rear, they say they found a foot of extra room in the rear from side to side. Which is, you know, it's a lot.
It makes a ridiculously good sound. That V6 really burbles like mad, especially with the, you know, exhaust setting, bypass open sort of thing.
I'm not actually 2 inches taller than Jamie.
Yeah.
These seats are trimmed differently. The passenger seat has a really big,
different.
Yeah, it's got a really big, comfy cushion in it, and you can rip these out.
Oh, can
they're
you?
just velcroed in.
Do you know that we were talking? The power doesn't throw you around or anything, but it's the surge and the fact that you could keep your foot planted and it will go around the corner, go around the corner, go around the corner. Yeah. Regardless of really speed, it will just do it because it's got that lightweight sort of feel around the car. It's
never going to surprise you because roads like this, a very boosty car, you can't wait for it to spool up because it's going to be too late. Just keeping it further down here.
Yeah. But now the power is so instant. I think it comes in around 3.5 on these.
It's got max torque by about by 3, I think.
Yeah.
But really, it shifts from anything from about 2,000. No, like you can hear it. I mean, like,
oh, it's just, it's so beautiful to drive. That's the thing. It's poised. It's so exciting. Is like a symphony of B-road bashing Lotus excitement, but it's really comfortable at the same time and like nice inside, so you don't have a compromise. And that's the bit that's confusing me, is that you tip it in a corner and it will go round, but you're looking around you and it's really nice. So there's no compromise in the car whatsoever. So you actually produce videos as well for the YouTubes, if you'd like to.
I do.
Shout out your own channel to everyone.
Thank you. Yes, I am on there under my name, which is James Martin, or if you want to find me, just search JM, JAYEMM. You'll find a lot more about this car, about some of my other cars as well, and general kind of fun stuff, really.
Because that's what it's all about. Taking these cars and putting them out on the internet. That, as an owner of this car, I'm so glad you do, because it needs to be shown. It's such a good car.